the only issue was I faced was that I think can show the chart to you right now. I think I had somewhere around. Redemption profile, yeah. Okay. Redemption profile was different. So in 2021, it should have been a larger redemption profile. But with this revised numbers for treasury bills repayment, the redemption profile was a little bit different from what we had expected. So I think the only I had compared the both of all the values with both Excel sheet. I had tried with both the numbers by keeping 34 billion as principal repayment and as 215 billion as principal repayment, and both have given the same numbers, but the only difference I found was in this redemption profile. So I thought maybe this tweak was a better idea. So, but I think Yuto's suggestion is also very good. So we can adjust the numbers rollover of treasury bills with this line 64 and line 65. Maybe I'll try with that, and if it can work.
Prajwal, Yuto and Andre, regarding this issue, we should follow the principle. What is the standard principles, and then we can go ahead with that principle. That you follow the standard, then it can lead us to the right direction. Therefore, if it were principally right, we can. And if there are the better principles, so we can report fully, and the repayment amount will be indicated accordingly. Maybe from our perspective, the projections made by the National Planning Commission and MTEF, we can focus on that side.
Look, in my view, Prajwal's solution is good. The only concern is that we don't want to underestimate the stock of the existing T-bill and the stock of the T-bills in the end of the strategy period. So I guess this, so we can treat this in different ways. I think the Yuto's suggestion would also work, because as if we would consider as if we already have this money set aside, we wouldn't have to go out to the market, and then we will only consider the residual amount. So it is also important, and the residual will be this 34, and then that is captured in Prajwal's solution. It is also important to not to cause any surprise in the gross financing needs for the authority. So I think it's something that we can treat, and because this is really eye catching, and we don't want to cause any discomfort on the GFR numbers, and that's why because it affects the other, we would have to artificially have to distribute the 210 billion in other different instruments when we are selecting the strategy. So that's why it might make sense to treat this by this fashion. The other alternative, which is rather simple, is just to adjust the stock in the end and in the beginning of the analysis. But I think Yuto's his suggestion is very good. We should try that.
Okay.
So, just one point. I am actually happy that to see that you captured this right away, and then already proposed something to do with it, and that's. At the same time, it's a shortcoming of the MTDS tool, because it bundles up all T-bills intra-year. You just consider that this is translated fully to the following year. But at the same time, it's a strength that we can change this in the spreadsheet. So this is the way to do it. I think we are on the right track in treating this because it shows that you understand what is the mechanics behind it.
प्रज्वलजी
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
यसले हाम्रो टोटल डेट स्टक चाहिँ लाई त्यो रकम के घटाउँदैन
सो हामीले लास्टमा चाहिँ रिपोर्ट बनाउने बेलामा चाहिँ त्यसलाई एडजस्ट गरेर जुन रियल नम्बर्स हो त्यसमा लिङ्क गरेर भन्नुहुन्छ सर
तर के त भन्दा डेट स्टक चाहिँ आर्टिफिसियल्ली 2 खरब रुपियाँले घटाउन चाहिँ त हुँदैन हैन मिसलिड गर्छ
होइन त्यो जस्तै फाइनल नम्बर्समा त त्यही हो सर हामीले घटाउन लागेको होइन हामीले त डेट त्यति नै देखाउँछौँ जति छ त्यति नै देखाउँछौँ सर यो अब यो कम्प्युटेसन्समा चाहिँ आएको प्रब्लमलाई चाहिँ ट्विक गर्न मात्र त्यो नम्बर्स
त्यो अब मैले के बुझेँ भनेदेखि यो मा पनि केही समस्याहरू छन्
हजुर हो सर
त्यो चाहिँ यो सर्टकमिङ हो ठिक छ त्यसलाई Andre,
Yes.
If we reduce that amount, which were rolled over, will it minimize the debt stock from our report?
Yes, because it will consider that the stock of T-bills is only 34 billion in the beginning, million in the beginning. Because in this case, billion, yeah. But I think
if it will be artificial, so we have to think the right solution.
Yeah, so there are two alternatives. The first one is to keep with the 210, and then as Yudo suggested, use, let's say, the residual, which would be 210 minus 34, which will be 176 billion of cash buffer, because we would consider as if you already have rolled over this intra-year, and then consider the 34 billion as just a new financing. So this would match the stock with Prajol's solution. And then we wouldn't have to worry about the stock anymore. And the other solution is just, if this doesn't work, which I think we will, is just keep Prajol's initial solution and then adjust the numbers of the stock in the beginning and in the end.
Okay.
Do you follow me, Prajol?
Yes, Andre. Yeah.
So just remember, it's important that we tackle two things here. The first is to get rid of this discomfort that the size of the GFR is not in line with your 3-year midterm plan. I think this is important. And the second is to make sure that the stock of the T-bills, which also is going to affect the other risk indicators, are not distorted.
Yeah, Andrew. I think I'll work out with Yudo's solution as well, and then see if it can correct our issue or not. Then we can decide. So I'll try with that solution as well.
We will work out in both of the solutions and the judge the consequences on strategy part and choose. Okay.
Okay, so you want to go to the strategy part now, or anything else in the macro market?
No, nothing. I think this was the only change I worked on. So the strategy part as well. So I went with your suggestion. I just kept strategy 1 and strategy 2 as per our current mix, and then I tried to tweak something with strategy 3 and strategy 4 to see the impact on the overall in cost. So first strategy 1, I just kept the status quo. So what is our current mix? I just maintained the same mix. Instrument wise as well as external domestic mix as well. So what was our current structure? The same structure has been maintained by strategy 1. Then with strategy 2, we slowly increased our external portion because we just wanted to add few concessional. We just wanted to boost with some concessional loans. So IDA and ADB pocket has been added. But otherwise, instrument-wise, we are consistent with our existing. And for strategy 3 and 4, I tried by increasing by significantly reducing the domestic, external borrowing part. So as per your suggestion, I worked out with 55, 50, 48, and then I ultimately went to the 45% of total borrowing as external only. And then on the strategy 4 part, I significantly reduced the external component part to 35%. So strategy 3 and strategy 4, I have taken a little bit of very extreme part. And then for strategy 1 and strategy 2, I just maintained the current trend. So with this, we got a little bit different, but I think now we can see the chart as somehow different. So there are strategy 2, strategy 1, strategy. So all the results are different from our earlier results as well. So I think, and the numbers wise as well. So individual instrument number wise also. So individual instrument, the amount value wise also, the values was as per our projections, as per the MTF projections as well. So it's consistent with what we can achieve in next 3 or 4 years. So,
okay, so based on the strategies, which one would you choose?
So I think the best part for us for right now is either between strategy 1 and strategy 2. But I think for now we have to go with, I think, looking at the current scenario, the macro scenario, strategy 2 would be more better because we have increased the concession section part. And the cost-wise also, it's not so significant. Cost-wise also, it's better. And risk-wise also, it's better strategy 2 part. So risk interest to GDP also is minimum with strategy 2, and debt to GDP cost-wise and risk-wise also, I think it's better strategy 2. I thought strategy 2 sounds good, better.
Yeah, it sounds reasonable, but I honestly have to have a closer look.
Yeah, I think so.
Because strategy, if I look to summary results, strategy 4, it's a bit. Oh yeah, but I think the cost is pretty much the same for everybody.
Yes,
because of the high concessional component.
Yeah.
But then the strategy 2 is less risky.
Yes. Yeah, so not so different, but risk-wise, I think it's low. And I think for looking at the current macroeconomic scenario, strategy 2 makes more sense.
Yeah, because of the stronger disbursements of concession.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So
it looks like we are progressing here. I'm glad to see that. Any comments, Sino?
So the external internal mix will be 56-44 in strategy 2.
Strategy 2, no, so we will start with 57. So we currently has around 57, 43. So now we will have 56, and then by 2024 we will have 62, 38, sir.
Okay, yeah. 60-38. Okay, so
but then we look to the results, the foreign exchange risk, which is line. If you go to table, line 18. Shows that in the end it would have about 66%. So did you choose?
Yes, yes. So that risk will be.
Yeah. It's mostly, I guess, because of the higher gross financing needs in the following years because of the deficit
Yeah.
and more disbursements in foreign currency compared to what
So-
you're going to mobilize domestically.
So, but not so significantly different from our current scenario as well. So currently we have around 65.1. So just 1% is increased by 2024 in 4 years.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And so you see, just to reduce this to about 10 basis points or 13 basis points, you need a huge effort in changing the composition for more domestic based, like just jumping from 67% to about 35% gradually of external funding in the next years. It's that's the trade-off we wanted to show. Like this is a gradual process. You cannot change the whole composition at once. It takes time. It takes commitment, and it takes a strong effort from the government and NBR and you to mobilize the domestic instruments by T-bills and also the 5s and the 10s and the 15s, the development bonds. So this is a whole other issue on whether we could do it in terms of implementation. So it looks good to me. I mean, we will spend part of the day today reviewing this. And also, you and myself, we can also, in parallel, try to play the solution that we discussed. And then we can reconvene later on this. Actually, we can send you our comments.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
I have a quick question about the strategy.
Yes, you do.
You prepared the instruments number 7, which is non-concessional variable interest rate instrument. However, in the strategy sheet, so you did not use that instrument at all, right?
Yes.
So I just wondering why.
So lately we have been saying that we have to go with more concessional at looking at this new scenario. So on that scenario, I haven't used this non-concessional version for now. So even if we use non-concessional version, so the percentage will be very much small.
Right.
I didn't thought it would make any significant difference even if.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, but I think it is a very good point, and the answer is also good. But I thought that you already negotiated that, and that was going to happen.
Yes, but the amount when I see the percentage wise, it was very small. So I don't know if it would be less than 1%. So
okay.
Maybe.
पर्जलजी
हजुर सर
अलिकति अब नन कन्सेक्सनलमा हामी जानुपर्ने हुन्छ अब कन्सेक्सन ग्रेजुएसन गर्ने भनेका छन् हैन
हजुर सर
अब त्यो हिसाबले चाहिँ नि कन्सेक्सन लोन पाउनको लागि धेरै चाहिँ सङ्घर्ष गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ हैन
हजुर सर
अब यो पाटोमा रणनीतिको पाटोमा एकचोटि हामी बसेर हाम्रो रियल सिचुएसनको पाटोमा बसेर अहिलेलाई उहाँहरूको सजेसनहरू लियौँ त्यो पाटोमा देन अझै व्हाट आई वाज discussing telling him is that by considering the real life scenario and availability of the concessional loan and the trends, set trend forecast made by the permanent donors, basically on the institutional donor, international donors. With their strategy, we will study those strategies and by setting that one, then we'll discuss on that side internally and come up with you again. More or less, in overall, it is quite fine. Only thing I am worried is that in the fourth year, basically 21st, in 24, the percentage of the external debt will be 62%. Total debt will be recurring. Then will it be possible? Will it be the realistic? That is only concern on the debt strategy number 2. But I wanted to ask Andre to comment on it.
But the 62 doesn't mean that your external debt will be 62% of the overall. The metrics that the operational target we chose here is how much of your gross financing need we're going to be covered by external funding, which has a different implication from the overall stock, because so it's just like for that year, how much you're gonna, it's budget wise, how much is coming from domestic, how much is coming from external. So what this operational target is actually yielding, it's on the following table, which will give you about 66% of external debt. The stock will be 66% in external and 44% in domestic, which is more in line with what you have today, more or less. Right?
Yeah, but
it's different from the stock.
Okay, that's fine. Kindly proceed. Parjolji, अगाडि जानुहोस्.
So strategy wise, I think I can get your comment in a couple of days. So I think we can go with report outline now.
Yes, it's fine with me.
Yeah. So I went through all the links you suggested last time regarding the MTTS report. And following the other countries' report outline. So I prepared for our report outline for our report. So I just give me a moment. So this was the outline which I prepared for our report. So the first part will be regarding the objectives, the policy kind of objectives and scope of our strategy document. Then the second part will be analysis of our existing debt structure. So which will be similar to the debt report we just is on process for publications. And then from third part, we'll start with our the MTTS company. So baseline assumptions and different financing strategies, and then maybe and then finally concluding with this report. So this was the structure which I thought would be appropriate for our report. So yet started this report because I was working on this Excel, these numbers only. So maybe I'll start immediately with this report from this week as well. So if you can suggest if we have missed anything with this report component.
Looks good to me. The only thing that I would say is that we don't have to replicate the same everything that we have in the report, because we want also to highlight the importance of the report that you're doing. So I think we can have perhaps very resumed, a very summarized description of the portfolio, and revert the reader to the report, which I think is going to be published before the strategy. So, and then we would focus on the forward-looking analysis, as is outlined here. Yeah, does it look like? I'm just having a quick look. Perhaps sections 2.4. Yeah, it's too stretched. But let me comment on this. I promise that I can revert soon on this today. Yeah. Before you start next week.
Yeah. Okay, that would be perfect, I think. So, I'll work on that. The adjustment you two suggest. So maybe we can start from next week for the report part as well. So.
This is shaping up nicely. Congratulations to you, and let's get this thing done before November. But I think we are in the right track, which was what we imagined in the 3 months ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can complete this before our deadline. We set deadlines.
Presently, the tempo should be little bit speedy. So otherwise, we may not meet our target. So for the preparation of the and to value for this report also, I request you to that report first within two. I think you can complete within 2 days on that side, and later on we will start for the report, this strategy report.
Yes, sure, sir.
Okay, is it sufficient for you to update the report within 2 days?
Date report, sir. So are you talking about date report?
Yes.
Yes, it will be sufficient, sir.
For 2 days, I have provided you data, the latest data, the Financial Comptroller General Office. So kindly update that one. That can help for this report also. And we'll proceed on this report.
Yes, yes, sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay.
That is a good point, Mr. Babran. This is a good point. Like we want to be consistent with the first part of this report and what's going to come out in the other one. So I will come up with some suggestions and highlights on this first part today, and at the same time we're going to go through the spreadsheet and send the consolidated comments from our side. So you'll have time, let's say by Wednesday, Thursday next week to get this done.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yes. Yes, Andre. Okay for me.
Sorry for intervening, but Project, could you go back to the template again? I just want to check the
Yeah, sure. Just give me.
redemption profile.
Yes. Okay. You too.
Mhm.
Do you want me to share the screen?
Yeah, please share the screen.
So redemption profile.
Right. Yes, that's it. So yes, I found that in 2034, in every strategy that there is a huge redemption profile in happen in 2031. This is basically due to their development 10 years development bond. So I want to know your Bill, the perception that, because for example, status quo strategy 1, the 2030 is redemption is around 100 million, and but in next year 2031, year 1, which is which is more than double the amount of redemption. So yeah, I honestly be a bit afraid that this jump is big. significant. But I don't know if this is possible or not. But so that's why I just want to raise your attention about the redemption profile. So what do you think about the visibility or about your perspective of this redemption profile? So I do not have any answer to that question, but I just want to discuss about your.
Yeah, you are very right, Yuto. You are very right. It seems a kind of silence over there in 2031st. So that we will discuss over there data.
This is fundamentally due to the development bond.
कृष्ण पुरै टावर बनेको छ के
So
it seems unnatural.
yes, it's unnatural. I think so. While working out, I made some tweaks. I think it's not possible.
Are there any suggestion on this profile?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to look at it, but it looks like I don't know why is this happening, because in principle you're using the same instrument, but that you're moving along as the strategy goes by. So you're building. Yeah, it looks like it looks like the towers that are built. The first year, the second year, just too big.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to have a look at it.
No, I think I tweaked something which I wasn't supposed to do, so it's not possible.
I think this is due to you go back to the strategy sheet. So if you see the strategy sheet, the instrument number, which one? 11, which is 10 years development bond, which share the most of the domestic debt. For example, 2021, it started borrowing at 66%. So that's why the first year of this the development bond borrowed in 2021 came to the maturity in 2031. So, and my feeling is that you may need to adjust the allocation among the domestic instruments and more each level the redemption more smooth or more natural increase in domestic side. So you may make some adjustment probably in strategy 2, 3, 4, and that is another comment from my end.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for the comment. I'll check. Yeah, I'll check this and I'll correct for sure.
Yeah, this is true. And I noticed that. Yeah, good point, Yuto. And I noticed that the distribution of 5, 10s, and 15s are just very uneven. That's why this is probably happening there. It's just like it is as if you're almost doing just T-bills and 10s. And then that's why, what would it happen if you keep this strategy, just rolling this strategy from here to the next 10 years or so? You would end up with lots of towers of the 10 years.
Yeah.
But then you would come up with this big maturities over there. Which is, this actually happens with a lot of countries. They just keep just keep building the tower, but always push this little towers ahead over time, and raising the money in between.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, we previously discussed that would be a more, at least for some of the strategies, you could be at least I would say that strategy 1 and 2. You could try to mix a little bit more with 5 and 15s. Just to cut those towers a little bit less.
Mm-hmm. Also, I think it's important to to get a perspective from the market participants about their strategy or investment strategy in the domestic side, so they can accept this kind of huge huge increase in the specific domestic is feasible to as a market participants is another I think it's another important factor to think about to make this strategy realized or feasible. So if you have a chance, I would suggest that you should go to the the NLB or we have a meeting with the fund or pension fund or market participants about their view on it.
Yeah. The other thing is, which also relates to what Yudo said, is currently, if you look to historical placements of the development bonds, they've been ranging from 3 to 7 years mostly, and sometimes to 10 and 13 and 15. So I think also there's short